Hi, my name is Alexis and my job is to help you get back with your ex. And in this video, I'm going to explain you why letting go is the most important thing you have to do if you want to get back with your ex, or if simply you want to recover from a breakup. It is crucial for you to master this skill, to understand why it's so important. And you all know that it's very scary to let go. It's really about how you go to the unknown. It's scary because we want to stay in our safety vault. In a way, in jumping into the not familiar makes us freak out. And this is why it's so important to let go. Going into the unfamiliar, stepping outside of that safety zone, this is where magic happens, and this is where and when you should connect with your ex and get back with your ex. I explain everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So why is it so hard to let go of past relationship? We develop sometimes codependency models where we feel that we need the other for anything we do in life. We need the other's approval. We need the other's praise to feel better, to feel valued. And as I mentioned, it's so hard to let go because we step on the unknown. It's something, I record my videos for people who've been in long relationships, and it's very hard for you to accept and acknowledge that now you're stepping into an unknown zone where your ex is not there anymore, where you have to live your life alone, at least for now. But the thing is, our instinct wants us to stay away from the unfamiliar. We seek to control, we want to have certainty, we are attached to our partner. And these are the reasons it's so hard to let go. These are the reasons deep inside in your gut feel it's not really something you want to do, but trust me, this is what you have to do, and I'll explain why it's so important after. What you have to understand is, and it's from Buddha, the root of all suffering is attachment. So this is what you have to do right now, is to really detach yourself from that relationship. The other way to look at this quote is the basic cause, and I think that's the real quote, the basic cause of suffering is the attachment to the desire to have and the desire not to have. And it's the same with possession, the same with relationship and love. You have to really try to disconnect yourself or to move away from craving and from aversion. I'll do a little bit of neuroscience very quickly for you to understand, because I know that you are smart and you like to understand how it works and why you feel like this right now. So I'll explain you what's going on in your brain. We have this survival programming, avoiding bad and more than enjoying the good. This is what kept us safe in the jungle back in the days where we had nothing. We didn't have the iPhones or stuff like that. So that's why we have that negativity bias. We are more driven to avoid stuff than to seek for positive outcome. So that's why Mother Nature gave us this aversive reaction. But it didn't really care whether we suffered from that aversion. And so if we look at the importance of how we are built in terms of how we deal with emotions and how we make our decisions, it's first to be aversive, and then if we suffer, it's secondary, right? Right now you are suffering because that's primarily because of this aversion. Aversion of this situation, aversion of being single, aversion of what could be next. And this is what we're going to explain. This is what you have to understand, is the difference between aversion and let it go. And there's a difference in the concept, there's a difference in feeling, and the reason lies inside your brain. So, very quickly, aversion is basically something activated in the amygdala. It's part of the limbing brain, this emotion, the sensation, the pain. It's the one creating and responsible for the fight or flight. So whenever we are, there's an accident, car accident, we freeze or we run away, all this kind of stuff. That happens also when there's not an accident, but we are scared, when you have phobia, stuff like that. Negative emotion, impulsivity, that's how we will react. That's what would be happening in our head. The letting go is not coming from the same part of the brain. It's coming from the neocortex, the wise and the right or wise intention. It's really about intention, right? The difference. Aversion, you're suffering, you're passive. Letting go, you're active. It's the choosing side, it's the executive function part of the brain. Then what happens is that when we activate that part of the brain, the other part is the parasympathetic and the anterior cingulate cortex. I'm going to stop boring you with complex terms, but I want really to explain how it works and why it works. And that will activate relaxation, ensure that you also stay in that mood. So one part will trigger a vicious circle, the other part will trigger a virtuous circle going upward. And so it's really about turning toward good, releasing, abandoning, saying goodbye without anger. And it is a massive difference. And that's why I started this video by explaining that it's so important for you to let go, because it's the only way for you to really click on that reset button. Of course, there's this no contact, which is the structure that enables you to let go. You can't let go if you're constantly in touch with your ex. And that's why people say to do no contact. Now, I go a little further. It's really about letting go, okay? And I'm not going to cover and talk about the law of attraction, because for me there's a lot of things that are debatable, but that part about letting go, that part about focusing your energy and your mind on positive stuff will have an impact. Short-term effect of letting go is right now you feel like crap, so you need to fight that creeping anxiety, that stress, perhaps the lack of sleep, the lack of energy, the mood swing, those negative emotions, maybe that depression. And letting go allows you to fight those things, to focus on the positive things rather than being hunted and driven by negative emotions. So that's, I think, your primary and more urgent goal right now is to feel better, and letting go will help you to feel better. Now, the long-term effect, and that's what I mentioned with the law of attraction, is the attraction. How can you use let go to attract your ex? You have to be more confident, you have to be more positive, you have to be more charismatic in order for you to attract your ex. You're depressed, you look like shit, you don't sleep, you have like, you look like crap, you gain weight or you're losing weight. That's not attractive. That's not positive. You know, you want to be that person who's happy, who's confident, who's positive, and perhaps visualizing yourself seeing your ex in a month or two, yourself being strong, being like, I'm the winner, I'm above all those sort of problems. You know, you wanted me to suffer, or you thought that I would be a loser, that I would be complacent, that I would be lazy. But no, I've worked on myself, and look where I am. And now you're going to regret breaking up with me. So it's really this kind of stuff that we want to create by letting go. The short term is really about how we can cope with that emotion, that shitty emotion right now that you have of depression, being rejected, being alone, being lost, not having clarity. And the long-term effect is how you can recreate that image, recreate that personality, that person that you are deep inside, that you can't express because of those emotions, right? So, an exercise, and I will share those stuff in the WhatsApp group for this challenge. I will share as well a handout for you to test, and together we will discuss what worked with you, if you need any additional help and stuff like that. So you can join the WhatsApp group. In the description there's a link. I will close the WhatsApp group, if not today, tomorrow, because the idea is to really have that 30 days, so just November 2021. If you're watching this video after November 2021, you have other links where you can have a look at other materials, way to contact me, have a look, and I'd love to discuss with you if it's not if it's not during that program, that 30 days challenge. So how do you let go? Exercise. You take a piece of paper and you list the things you want to let go. And for each of them, you identify alternatives. could be emotions, could be I don't want to feel tired. Resisting things that you don't like but can't control. A lot of people, that's why it's so hard to manage a breakup, is that we want to control our ex, but they're not with us anymore. And I would argue that this belief is wrong, because you can't, even when you're married, you don't really control your wife or your husband, right? So try to really look at those things that you want to control, but actually if you look at them, if you write them down, you can't really control them. So what would be the alternative? What would be the thoughts, the emotions that you want to create instead of thinking about those things? Now, the second step is to take some time to visualize and following the alternative solution. So really close your eyes and visualize yourself. Is it me? Is it coming from another perspective? Is it because of my children? Is it because of my parents? Am I angry? What's the emotion? Am I depressed? Am I longing for love? Am I craving affection? What is it? What is going on? What's the emotion behind that? And really visualize how you can go through those alternative healthy solutions. And you do that also working on with breathing exercises, doing mindfulness or hypnotherapy. I will explain in another video in this series of video how and why hypnotherapy is so efficient in that case. The idea is to really seek acceptance of the situation. It's really about accepting that the breakup is happened, that you can move forward. Accepting this happened, you can't control. She or he made the decision already. You have to accept it and move forward. And when you move forward, you visualize yourself going through those alternatives. Recap and actions, because I want you to take action. Enter no contact. If you haven't done it, do no contact. If you have any questions, just comment. Accept you can only control your own actions. Okay, don't try to think or to find ways. You probably find online people who will tell them that they can cast a spell or this kind of bullshit. But in reality, you can't control your ex. You can only control yourself right now. And it is the only energy you have to invest, you have to focus on is on yourself. Find your tribe, the support, join the WhatsApp group, email me, find people who can support you. And I think tribe is a good way. And we launched the WhatsApp group, and it's just amazing the amount of exchange of conversation that people have, and they really love knowing that they're not, they're in the same boat, they are facing the same challenges. So find your tribe, trust the process. What I'm telling you is not something that I made up. It's a process that works. I mentioned that in the video. It's also scientifically proven to help you feel better and to help you attract your ex. So trust the process. The way you feel right now and the way you see things will evolve. It's not going to be the same every single day for the rest of your life. Trust me on that. Take care of yourself. It is so important not to neglect yourself. You are the most important asset right now if you want to get back with your ex. So take care of yourself, take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your mood, take care of yourself. So you can experience mindfulness, hypnotherapy, and the reason is how you can really release those negative emotions and get in a way, embrace that acceptance and embrace that feeling of feeling better, of progression, and of also belonging to that tribe and support. Again, I will share additional stuff on hypnotherapy shortly. And last, you can seek professional help, whether it's about hypnotherapy or just a counselor like myself. It's very important. If you feel that it's not working, if you feel that you're really struggling to get out of this vicious circle, it's normal to seek help. Most of my clients, they see a therapist. Some of them, they don't see a therapist, but they need some help, and I act as a therapist as well. So I'm a certified counselor, so I help them also understand and cope with that anxiety. When I make videos, it's obviously generic, so it depends on your case, and I can't really provide tip for everyone who's watching my channel because we are growing. So it's okay to seek for help. it's really an investment in your well-being, an investment in your future. So really have a look on my website, or there's other platform to find therapists, but have a look, find someone that's where you sort of have a good fit and you feel you can trust that person and work with that person. Sometimes I have people who call me and we have just 1 or 2 sessions, but it really helps them get on the right track. Sometimes you need a bit more time, and it's fine, you know. As part of my education, I had to see a therapist. So, you know, coaches have coaches, therapists see therapists. It's fine, you know, don't blame yourself for seeking help. It's a very difficult time you're going through right now, and it's okay to seek for help. So that was it about seeking for help. Have a look at those stuff. Have a look in the description of this video, other type of materials and content that can help you in your situation. And don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.